Good morning, April.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, April, can you tell me about yourself?
Uh, I'm April Michelle Trapa Labiste, 32 years old, single, and I'm from Hagdan, Oslob, Cebu. I am a high school graduate at Kabangkalan, Mandawi City, Kabangkalan National High School.
Okay, I have a few questions for you to answer, April, so let's start.
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you want to work as a maid?
Uh, I want I want to work as a maid because I want to help my family and I want to build my own house.
Why you choose Malaysia when there is a lot of other country?
I choose Malaysia because it's near in the Philippines in my hometown.
How are you qualified for this job?
I am qualified because I am a hardworking, I am a disciplined, and I obey the rules and regulations.
May I know what your educational level is?
I am a high school graduate.
What was your recent working experience?
I am a waitress.
Okay, so you were a waitress before.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so have you worked abroad before?
Yes, ma'am.
Which country?
Qatar for 5 years and 3 months as a waitress.
Okay, so do you have experience of taking care of babies?
Uh, no, ma'am.
Okay, how about children?
Yes, ma'am. I taking care 3 years old, my niece.
Okay, so how about elderly people?
I'm taking care of my mother before she died for a short time.
Okay, so do you have any other special skills?
My species,
Do you have special skills?
uh,
Do you have yes or no?
no.
Okay, are you willing to learn new skills?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you willing to work with a family where the mother-in-law or any relatives stay together?
Yes, ma'am.
Currently, are you still working now?
Yes, ma'am.
Working as a?
A waitress.
Okay, so do you know how to cook?
Yes, ma'am.
What sort of food can you cook?
A basic Filipino food and a basic Chinese food.
Okay, so are you aware that you will have to do washing, cleaning, ironing, and cooking?
Yes, ma'am.
From all the house chores that I have mentioned to you, which do you like most?
Cleaning.
If ever you were selected to work in Malaysia, who will take care of your children? Who would you send money?
I was sent to my auntie.
Okay, to your aunt. If ever you will come here to Malaysia, okay, do you have any relatives here working?
No, ma'am.
How about other places?
We have in the Korea and the New York.
Okay, so you are not allowed to use handphone during working hours.
Yes, ma'am.
You are only allowed to use handphone after you finish all the works and when going to bed.
No, ma'am.
You are only allowed to use handphone after you finish all the works and when going to bed.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you are strictly needed to surrender the handphone to your employer in the morning and your employer will return back to you once you're going to bed.
Yes, ma'am.
If ever your employer finds out, April, that you're abusing of using your handphone and it's affected your work performance, your employer will confiscate your handphone and you are not allowed to hold it anymore.
Yes, ma'am.
Instead, your employer will allow you to call to your family 3 times in a month. You only allowed to bring normal phone and you are not allowed to bring smartphone. Are you agreed for the terms and conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you agree to the rules and regulation for the handphone?
Yes, ma'am.
How many years is the contract as you agreed and understands?
2 years.
Can you describe for me your attitude?
I am a hardworking, a patient, and obedient.
How can you assure to us that you will work hard in Malaysia?
I follow the rules and regulations in the
Okay,
household.
good. Okay, can you promise not to use the telephone without the permission of your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you promise not to put on makeup but to dress properly while work?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you promise not to invite friends and relatives without the consent of your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you promise not to ask for advance salary from your employer under any circumstances?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you really understand and regulation of the agency?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you pay any placement fee for you to come to Malaysia to work as a
No,
maid?
no, ma'am.
Do you have any history of sickness, breast cancer, or any other illness?
No, ma'am.
Do you suffer from any skin diseases, allergies, or physical defect?
No, ma'am.
Do you smoke?
No, ma'am.
Have you undergone any operation before?
No, ma'am.
Are you medically fit or are you fit to work?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you in any medication right now?
No, ma'am.
Are you allergic with any food?
No, ma'am.
Are you prepared to work for the employer of different races?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you prepared to eat the type of food taken or given by your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you afraid of being left alone in the house?
No, ma'am.
Are you afraid of dogs or other pets?
No, ma'am.
Can you promise to work according to instruction from your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, do you have any family members working in Malaysia?
No, ma'am.
How about in other country?
We have Korea and New York.
Okay, so we have finished our question section. Let's proceed for case study, April. Okay, I have a case study for you and I want you to respond truthfully.
Yes,
Upon arrival in Malaysia within 6 months only, if ever one of your family members passed away, what will you do?
I'll continue to work, ma'am.
Okay, so what help would you give to your family members who passed away?
By sending money, ma'am.
Okay, you would not ask your employer to go back?
Mm. I will ask, but if they don't allow me, then I will follow.
Okay, if ever your employer is watching you right now, April, what do you want to tell them?
Hello, ma'am, sir. I am willing to work under your household chores. I am a hardworking, trustworthy, and obedient. Please choose me, ma'am, sir.
Okay, tell us about yourself again.
I am April Michelle Labiste, 32 years old, single, a high school graduate.
Okay, and why do you want to work in Malaysia as domestic helper?
I want to work in Malaysia's domestic helper because I want to help my family and relatives.
Okay, thank you very much.